the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, peoples. We're here. This is the Drunken Peasants promotional show for our Patreon private show, which is occurring tonight. But we will, for those of you who are not patrons, shame on you, by the way. But we'll talk a little bit about the Rittenhouse verdict. Rittenhouse was acquitted of all charges today. The only charge that a lot of people said might have stuck was the one that was dropped recently, which was the gun charge. We'll get into that in just a moment here. I want to let everyone know that there's a link in the description right now to our Patreon poll. Vote in our public Patreon perks poll. It's open to the public. It's for people who might be interested in the content that we have monthly. We do several things monthly for patrons $10 and above. But it's open for all of you to vote on it. You can also put in the comments down below it, you know, what you might want to see that's not listed above. We're trying to, it's going to be up for about a month here. I'm just trying to gauge who watches what, who likes what, and who wants what, and what might it take to get some of you to become patrons. That's what this is all about.
We just want to make sure we're spending our time efficiently serving you the best quality over-the-top content we can bring you.
Yes. And I also want to point out that for the duration of this stream, if you do want to send us a Streamlabs donation, TTS is reduced. It's normally $20. It is now $5 for the duration of this stream.
Yeah, it's the promo show. Might as well go low for the promo show.
Go low for the promo show.
We're a couple of lowlifes.
Yeah. Yes. I drink Miller Low Life. The champagne of beers.
I used to love High Life.
Oh,
I used to drink it all the time.
Yes.
There was this club in Seattle that had like a rooftop bar. It was on Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really nice spot, and they had like $2 Miller High Lifes in the glass bottles. So I'd just go up there and crack a glass bottle of Miller, sit on the roof, hang out with my friends. One night, someone bought like a whole bunch of Azel's chicken up there.
Cool.
We were just eating chicken and drinking beer.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Another thing I wanted to promo, 10% off the entire Teespring store from now up until through Sunday. So until the end of the day Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. You can get 10% off your entire order from our Teespring store. All of our old school shirts are there, as well as our newest ones. So if you want to check that out, the only ones that aren't there are the non-fuckable tokens. Those are limited edition.
Limited edition.
But all of the classic shirts, which still sell, these shirts have been out for, like 7 years, and they consistently have sold, even for the longest time when I wasn't even promoting them. Go check them out. There's the link in the description below. Tonight, though, for $5 on Patreon, which we depend on to keep this show going, we are going to do our usual format, but we're going to watch videos that YouTube would probably give us a strike for watching.
Yeah, they're troublesome, naughty videos, basically.
Yeah.
But,
Like one of the ones that we've been wanting to watch, but we couldn't, is when the girl who's the singer of that band pees all over that guy's face. Like, most of you already watched that, but we can watch it together. Maybe we'll hold hands while we watch it together.
You didn't watch it with our commentary.
Right.
Because you know that Ben and I are going to bring a whole new level to that piss clip. Because we got good commentary. A lot of people a lot of people don't formulate their own opinions until they hear our opinions.
That piss clip.
PS Cleo.
What does my drink look like, by the way?
Urine.
Yeah.
Cloudy piss, too.
You're in trouble.
It's like cloudy piss.
Yeah.
BB recently got really into blending fruits, veggies, and yogurt. What's your opinion on blending? Art.
I've done it before. You know, I used to make smoothies, and I used to be big into juicing too. Hey, whatever helps you absorb the nutrients. Just don't overdo any one thing too much. That's the key.
I don't like blending over backwards to eat vegetables, so mixing them in with fruit was a nice little...
Vegetables.
I do think get some kale and some apples and some bananas and make yourself a fruit sugar tootie smoothie with the kale coming through. Because when the kale blends, it releases
Xavier
all the
has
nutrients.
decided to go low for the promo.
Go low for the promo. That's smart. It's going to be good times, Xavier.
Go low for the promo.
Go low for the promo.
Yeah, $5 TTS for the duration of this stream. We're going to do our private show in about 30, 40 minutes or so. We're hoping that some of you would be so kind as to support the show. We are working really hard right now to find out what people want. We want to deliver some sort of entertainment, and the Patreon is a big part of keeping the show going. It's hit some hard times over the last few months, and we want to put the work into it. So if you can at least, even if you can't afford it, because we understand inflation, unemployment, all that stuff, if you can't do it, that's fine. At least participate in the poll. Tell us what you want to see, and we'll take a look at it. The link's in the description, and then I also have the link to our Patreon pinned in the chat if you do want to sign up and become a patron.
We're thinking of starting a new perk level. I'm not sure what level it'll be, but
Hello, sweet boys.
hey,
Hello.
Eduardo Garcia, cheers. We're gonna one of us is just gonna drunk dial you in the middle of the night and tell you how fucking beautiful you are. I figure that'll be at least $38. I'm not sure.
The $38
The
perk.
38 special. Make you feel special. Just be wasted.
Is there a reason you sent me the NFT?
No.
Oh, okay.
We hadn't showed it to the audience
Oh,
yet,
do you want to show it to them?
Well, it's just
It's like showing them what they can never have.
what they can never
though.
have, exactly.
I mean, never say never. you know,
Well,
man, but,
I do think we might release it on something other than a T-shirt at some
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to see these are being shipped out. I've sent we did 3 of the NFTs. And I've sent out the first 2. The third wave has not yet been sent out, but it will be soon. One problem I've ran into with those is not everybody contacts me and gives me a place. All I needed was their shipping address and their shirt size, and not everyone does that. They try to win, but then they don't collect when they win. I don't know.
You wild kids.
So here's the last one that we had. I think it's beautiful. Manateesus.
He died for our sins.
Your rant about conservative versus liberal women had me dying, Billy. Too accurate.
It was really accurate, Sea-Dog. Thank you for bringing that back up. I feel bad, too, because I prefer liberal women. They're just not as beautiful as the conservative ones, but they're far more useful. Far more
Hey,
useful.
Billy, can I be your black friend? And my favorite movie genre is horror. What is yours?
What are your favorite horror movies?
Did that say horror movies?
I think so,
Or
yeah. He likes
horror
horror movies. You ever see the movie Whore? When I was a little kid, it was playing on Cinemax, and I just remember watching a scene, and the prostitute is banging an old guy in a car, and the guy dies of a heart attack while she's banging him. That's all I remember from the movie Whore. Unless that was Whore 2.
Whore 2.
It was either Whore or Whore 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but you could be another one of my black friends. I have so many black friends, dude.
we'll look at this one video here. We'll get into the Rittenhouse thing a little bit on the private show, but most of it's just going to be insanity. You know, like just crazy stuff happening.
Yeah.
I have a video that this guy filmed in his car. He was stopped at a red light, and this naked woman wearing like only a thong like ran over his car. You could like she ran like up on the hood and up over it.
That sounds funny.
Yeah.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, there we go.
Darren Ashmore.
That's what we
up to the
needed.
$10
And by the way, if you got a couple extra bucks to spare, you can sign up for a whole year all at once too, and you get a slight discount on that.
It's worth it. Buy yourself a Christmas present at the $10 level.
Christmas present.
But yeah, I don't know. I tried to talk Ben into playing the actual footage of Kyle Rittenhouse, and then he was like, "No, Billy, that's tacky." And I was like, "But what if I freestyle rap over it?" And he was like, "That's even fucking worse."
This conversation did not happen.
It's true.
Big news breaking this afternoon out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. A jury cleared Kyle Rittenhouse of all 5 charges in a shooting that took place during a night of protests and violence in the summer of 2020. The jury returned its verdict after almost 3.5 days of deliberation, about 26 hours worth.
I had people trying to troll me with Kyle Rittenhouse being not guilty, and I feel like they never actually listened to my position on it, because my position was he shouldn't have been there, but that's not what the trial was about. The trial was about, was it self-defense? At first I wasn't sure, and then I watched the evidence in court and was like, yeah, it probably is self-defense.
Yeah, I think that there was the police not carding him to see if he was old enough to carry the gun was a big deal.
Yeah.
But the police had been failing all the time that during that period, because here in Seattle, if they advanced on protesters and used any sort of force on the protesters, the mayor was like punishing them,
People are saying 100% self-defense. Yes, we agree. 100% self-defense.
But also, 100% didn't need to be there. Underage. Dumb thing to do.
I mean, like, the problem I have is that he's going to be rewarded for this. He will not regret doing this now, because he'll get picked up he'll get held up as some kind of poster child. He already was before the trial happened. So, and that I don't agree with, but yes, he should not have been. I was surprised that they were giving him first-degree murder. Like he was, like it was premeditated that he went there planning on shooting somebody.
Do you think we'll see Kyle Rittenhouse and Baked Alaska live streams now?
No, because Baked Alaska is going to go to prison.
He's on his way in?
Probably.
Didn't the Bison guy get sentenced?
I don't know who that is. Everyone, please like the stream, if you could, please.
The Sherpa, the MAGA Sherpa, bison-headed.
Oh yeah, you know
weirdo?
what? Yes,
I think he
got in deep trouble.
Oops.
And that's like, compare that to Baked Alaska, because Baked Alaska was in there too, messing around, fucking with Nancy Pelosi's phone and shit like that. They're not going to take that lightly.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he's out right now, and there's no way his lawyer told him it was all right for him to keep live streaming and doing dumb shit on the internet.
Yeah. What I know about people and their lawyers, they don't listen to them when they have that sort of narcissism where they want to live stream. I know if I had a lawyer and he told me I'd do Drunken Peasants, I would tell him to fuck off and be a guest on Drunken Peasants. Or live on air, I'd tell him to fuck off. And then he'd probably bill me for
18-year-old Rittenhouse could have faced life in prison if he was found guilty of the most serious charge against him. So let's bring in Ian Maine. He is a professor at University of Wisconsin Law School in Madison to give us some instant analysis on the verdict. Professor Maine, welcome to Quick Take. I want to start obviously with whether this acquittal was surprising to you or whether it was something you anticipated legally.
It's not unexpected, and it's troubling, and it's certainly within the realm of what we could expect legally.
Why is that?
Because what the self-defense instruction is it gives a lot of discretion to the jury. It's really a community standard. It helps reflect where we are about what we think is reasonable when it comes to...
This crying and reaction seemed way more genuine than when he was being cross-examined, and you could see for a moment there he almost fainted. They had to catch him. He started to fall, and I mean, deservingly so. That has to be the scariest moment in his life, probably. Like the adrenaline was probably flowing when he was actually in the situation, with his gun. This was probably worse, because if he would have been found guilty of the worst charge, he probably would have gotten life, or at least like 40, 50 years. Something like that. It would have been up to the judge to pass
I think
sentence.
life was on the table.
On the table. But it would have been up to the judge, I think, to sentence him.
The judge would have been like, "Oh, Kyle, you're a
You
sweet
get 5
boy.
months.
Come bang my gavel and sit on my knee."
Being deadly force to defend ourselves. And so there's no guidance in the law as to what that is, what that point of reasonable.
That's when he heard the verdict right there where he collapsed.
Is. It really is a community decision. And so it certainly can reflect who we are at the moment in terms of.
Also, I have to say the prosecutor was kind of a jackass too, and it was funny listening to the judge berate him.
The prosecution didn't do themselves any favors in this case.
He also has bad trigger discipline.
Yeah, there's tons of video of the entire incident, and it's really easy to tell the story why Kyle would feel like his life was in risk, so that's why he took people's lives. And you needed to tell, the defense needed to tell the jury and that there was no reason for him to feel in fear, and I feel like they didn't deliver. They didn't.
Yeah, and
they
he
kind of
pissed
sucked.
He pissed off the judge a bunch of times, and the judge kept being like, "You have experience with this. You should know better than this." It was crazy. It was actually more entertaining. Like trials, even ones for serious charges, are usually kind of boring. But the judge was such a character, and the prosecutor was such a character that shit was just. That was entertaining. Sometimes when I was setting up the streams, I would listen to it in the background. I'm like, this is kind of funny, actually.
It sucks that it's funny because
it's not funny because of the reason they're there.
Of course,
yeah.
But it sucks that it's funny because Kyle Rittenhouse was at a protest for Black Lives Matter, protecting businesses because he thought that businesses mattered more than the protest. Right. That's why he was there.
I mean,
so anybody who
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Well, why else was he there?
Well, I'm not saying for sure, but there is a possibility that he was just looking for an excuse to shoot somebody. And even Dick Masterson said that, which I was really surprised because Dick Masterson is normally pretty far to the right on things, and he even got called out by the quartering for saying it. He said,
I like that.
Yeah.
Dick's not exactly right, though. He is kind of right. He's right where the joke needs to be, right where the edge. He's right on the edge. He really is. He's a shit talker. That's what I like about Dick, is he just pushes.
That's going to get clipped, by the way.
That's what I like about Dick.
He just pushes.
But I don't know if Kyle was there just to shoot people. I don't know, was there.
But it's definitely possible.
I do think he was there to play fucking LARP as a hero, as a police officer, as a big strong man.
But even in LARPing, literal LARPing, I used to LARP stupid shit like Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
We weren't actually biting each other's necks and drinking each other's blood and shit like that.
Yeah, but what they're saying here is LARPing is where these people go out to pretend to be heroes and really they're just kind of assholes. That's what the new LARPing is. With it's on both sides where the people go out saying they're here to protest and they're just there to break shit and steal shit. They're LARPing as heroes.
I mean, honestly, from what I saw, those were two totally separate groups. There were actual genuine protesters, and that was most of them. And then there were people that used the distraction of the protest to go undercut, to slip past the police and do some looting.
I'm not saying everybody when I say that. I'm saying there are people on both sides who are kind of just there to, I don't know, be pricks, be pieces of shit.
Yeah.
The Communist, this is Dick Masterson. I've hung around too many gun guys to think Kyle didn't want an excuse to shoot some rioters. I get that everyone has to lie about it to score political points with midwits, but holy shit, is it embarrassing. This is a man we're talking about, right?
Yeah, and I have the same theory about Ted Nugent. Maybe Ted Nugent just wants to help his community and pal along with cops on drug busts, or maybe he's hoping he'll get into a position where he can shoot a human. Because he's too cowardly to join the military to do it.
I will say, if Kyle just wanted to shoot somebody, he was pretty disciplined on when he did shoot people, right? Like, he waited until there was people advancing on him, and he didn't advance on anybody, right? He was
in this
backing
one
up-
scenario.
In this scenario, of course, but we have video of the entire process of everything he went through. So if he was down there just wanting to shoot people, he played it well enough to get acquitted in court.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it comes to this situation, fuck Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't give a fuck about Kyle Rittenhouse. He's a little baby bitch. His mom should have not let him out there with a fucking gun.
Is his mom really 38 years old?
Of course,
Has that been confirmed?
Yeah.
She would have been pretty young when she had him, but that's just pretty crazy that
She would have been in her
She looks like
early
she's
20s.
52.
But
How are encounters
that's just bad genetics.
I don't know.
and what-
probably bad like decisions on nutrition, and maybe
Yeah.
she smokes
we
too.
can
Who
expect
knows?
from those encounters in terms of how much discretion people have to use deadly force against others.
If that's the case, tell us a little bit about Kenosha. Kenosha is not the same as Madison. What kind of...
Evan Reed says, or Billy, Kyle didn't do anything wrong. Did I say he did anything wrong?
It's so
I
funny.
said, fuck Kyle.
It's funny how, like, if you don't like worship the ground he walks on, the way the like Kyle sycophants hear it is that you like said he did a bunch of shit wrong when like literally you didn't. You were defending him in many ways. But if you don't 100% condone everything he did, then you're just a fucking libtard that doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Fuck Kyle is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Not Kyle didn't do anything wrong. The idea of going to the BLM protests with a gun, trying to say things like I'm going to protect business over people's livelihoods, like people's business versus people's freedom, right? That's what this fight was, and everybody there, a lot of people in BLM were there peacefully. There were some assholes there, and that's why you get the assholes like Kyle Rittenhouse that come down with guns. Those are the assholes, though. So fuck the assholes that were out there burning down private businesses or locally owned businesses and shit like that. Fuck those assholes, and fuck the assholes that had to come down gunning to defend some property.
Yeah, I honestly was not interested in taking part in any of those demonstrations. I was annoyed by them. I agree with their right to do them, but I didn't want to have anything to do with that shit. It was too much. How like nationwide there were just crazy demonstrations everywhere.
We're too old to be like if you were.
Oh no, I would not. No matter what age I would have been, I would not have gone down to the chop zone or anything.
Really?
No, fuck that.
Oh my God!
I have no desire
If
to.
I was 20, I'd have been down there on top of a car with a freaking like stupid Nerf gun or something. I'd have been dumb.
Well, we agree.
Yes.
You would have been dumb.
Yes.
If you would have done that.
They'd have called me Smile Rittenhouse.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't have had anything to do with that fellow. But yeah, everybody who's like fantasizing that Kyle's some fucking hero, he's
not a hero, but it was self-defense.
He's lucky he's not dead, and it's unfortunate 2 other people are dead.
Well, people will name all these horrible things about those people and give that a reason why it was okay for him to get shot. The fact of the matter is, even if those people did have a bunch of horrible crimes in their past, if they were out of jail and they hadn't escaped from jail, that doesn't mean it's okay for people to shoot them. Just because of that.
Yeah.
Now they were attacking him, so
course.
it was okay.
So
the attack, not their past.
What I'm saying is, if the people advancing on him have criminal histories that show they don't respect other people's privacy, maybe this was just inevitable for them. Maybe they were either going to hurt somebody or get hurt themselves inevitably. I don't know. We don't know. What we do know is that now that Kyle is acquitted, he's probably going to be speaking at CPAC for the next 10 years.
He might. We'll see.
He's going to be on with Nick Fuentes all the time.
He has a choice.
Him and Nick Fuentes are going to have a morning show.
He can either use this to his advantage, because there's going to be negative side effects of this for the rest of his life. It'll die down over time, but there's going to be people that are out to get him.
America
honestly.
First Con?
or he can try to just, distance himself from it and slip out of the public eye as much as he can. Those are his choices, basically.
Him and George Zimmerman are going to get a reality TV show together on the Outdoor Network.
Yeah.
Oh God. But what I wanted to bring up was this girl that gave Kyle Rittenhouse her phone number at the court.
Yeah.
Do you have that article?
I do.
All right. So this girl was the girlfriend of one of the men that Kyle killed.
Oh, shit. This isn't it. Hold on. I got to get it.
Oh. Okay. So she was at court after the acquittal. Or maybe it wasn't after the acquittal. This was yesterday. Girlfriend of Kyle Rittenhouse victim Anthony Huber says she has a lot of sympathy for the teen. She was the girlfriend of the second man killed by Kyle Rittenhouse, and she said that she admitted Thursday that she has a lot of sympathy for the teen who she believes got swept up trying to be the king of the world during last year's riots. Hannah Giddings, 25, said she doesn't buy that Rittenhouse, now 18, was solely out to protect businesses the night he fatally shot her boyfriend, Anthony Huber, 26, as riots broke out against police brutality in the summer of 2020. If these people had just done what they said they were going to be doing, standing outside of the property, making sure nobody was ruining these buildings and businesses, whatever, that's cool, but you weren't. Giddings told the Post. This kid was walking around like hot shit, looking for a reason to say, okay, I got to do something about this, she said. Giddings said she believes that Rittenhouse, who was 17 at the time of the shootings, got caught up in the band of vigilantes patrolling the city.
Yeah, and there were other people doing the same shit. I don't know if any of them were as young as he was, but maybe. Yeah, he was. It's not like he was totally uninfluenced. He went there under the because I listened to his testimony. He went there under the influence of people that I think one of the people he had actually bought that gun from. So
she slid her phone number to him in the courtroom, and she wants to reach out with him, and she wants to try and heal some of this. That was kind of interesting that the girlfriend of one of the men he killed is trying to not further derail. I saw that people outside of the courthouse last night on both sides were like ordering pizzas, and they were sitting down and sharing pizza with each other after the trial verdict didn't come out. Like, I would like to focus on that idea that now that, one side is disappointed and one side feels victorious, that we have to try and not be further divided by this. If there is a way to reconnect with the fucking person across the aisle from you, try and do it. This isn't politics. Nobody here is getting elected. You don't have to pick a side and fight by it. Try and understand that this was a stupid fucking kid, and these were some stupid fucking people in a very emotionally charged scenario where the police were probably not doing their jobs. On multiple occasions, you could say the police weren't doing their jobs either.
Yeah, the police hold their share of the blame, too. Just a quick reminder for everybody that weren't here when we first started the stream. We have a Patreon poll down below. You can sign up. Even if you're not a current patron, you can vote in the poll. We're just looking for feedback on what we do on our private shows and all the Patreon content that we offer. Right now, this stream is only going to be around for about 5 to 10 more minutes. If you want to send us a Streamlabs donation, $5 is now the minimum for text-to-speech. It's normally $20, so if you want to send us a message, feel free to do that. Right now, 10% off our entire Teespring store. There's a code and a link in the description below. If you've always wanted to get even like a classic shirt or one of the newer ones we put out, there's a link for that. And also, immediately after this, we're doing the private show. It's $5 on our Patreon. There's a link pinned above the chat as well if you want to check that out.
I keep seeing people consistently say, well, this sets a bad precedent. Now it's open season on protesters. Anybody can just go shooting protesters now. And that's stupid. Like, if there's somebody with a gun at a protest and they aren't pointing it at you, don't go after them and give them a reason to point it at you. You know?
They might be looking for a reason.
If they're pointing it at somebody else, evaluate the situation, and if you have hero's blood in you, be the hero. But we look at this situation compared to the guy in Portland when the political affiliations were reversed, and there was a shooter in Portland, and the MAGA representative turned around and gunned down the active shooter, killed the active shooter, and didn't Trump like congratulate that person for making the kill on their side? And there was no court case for that. Because
open carry probably caused a lot of this, you know?
You could say it was open carry. You could say it was whoever was licking off shots in the background.
Yeah, that was strange. You could hear those in the evidence videos.
Yeah, you had all the stories of people that were coming in with like the black hoodies, and they were setting fires to dumpsters and trying to create disarray. Right? Like, do we know if there was actually anybody doing that? Was there ops to create more of a divide? Are we continuing to fall into that divide rather than look into each other's eyes and realize we're all pretty fucking stupid and pathetic? Let's stop being angry at the stupid and pathetic people across from us and try to build some ground beneath us so we don't fucking fall through every time one of these giant corporate dinosaurs stomps in our fucking neighborhood. It's hard out here, guys.
It's hard.
It's hard out here.
There's a struggle.
Why are you making it harder?
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you know Kamala Harris was technically president for several hours today?
Why did Joe Biden choke on a pretzel?
No, he got a colonoscopy, so he was going to be completely incapacitated. So in situations like that, they hand the presidential power. So she wasn't officially president, but she was acting president.
She was acting president because Biden had some shit up his ass.
Well, he had some robot camera snake thing.
Shout out to the first acting woman president because a man was getting probed up his asshole.
For Rittenhouse because he knows that with his chubby jowls, Rittenhouse will soon become a fatty.
Look, I don't think Rittenhouse was just fatting around, but you've seen his mom. Those jowls are hereditary.
Yeah, she does have
the Second Amendment. No one really needs a right to bear arms. Vests look ridiculous.
You're not gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
I think guns are a distraction.
You're not going to be able to get rid of all of them, though. Let's say they did repeal the Second Amendment. Confiscating all the guns that are out there would be really hard. There'd be such a black market, too. Like, think about all the illegal drugs that pour over the border. Guns would be pouring over the borders, too.
And just because guns go away doesn't mean violence goes away.
I mean, there are statistics in play, like in the UK and like in Australia, they dialed it back a lot, and there were positive statistics that came out. The thing is that they never had a huge gun culture, and way more guns than there are actually people floating around everywhere. I've known people that have owned 20, 30, 40 guns.
I got
one person.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
I got some.
Sure.
I got some guns.
More guns than you could ever possibly need. Some people collect them, so.
I heard there was it MSCHF Mischief? They did a guns to sword thing, or like they had people sending their guns and they melded them into swords.
Oh, okay. So it was like turning your guns and we turn them into something else.
I think so, yeah. I think it was MSCHF Mischief. I want a gun. I want to turn one of my guns into a sword.
I guess that'd have to be a big gun, right? Because like a little gun, you could maybe turn into a dagger.
That'd be cool.
Or something.
Yeah. If I had like a big ass shotgun and I get back a Excalibur sword, I would like that.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how many guns I have. That's how you know you have too many guns. I'm trying to think how many guns I actually have.
You know, the people that are saying they're worried about Biden doing something to mess with gun rights need to realize that Trump has done more to change the gun laws than the last few presidents, because he banned bump stocks. After the Florida shooting, Trump did a bunch of things that changed the gun laws federally. So
Gray says if
that
you're
doesn't say
worried
Biden
about,
wouldn't do it either.
If you're
but I'm
worried
just
about
saying.
gun legislation, you don't pay attention to politics enough. Yeah,
I'm not.
Gun laws in Canada suck ass aggressively. Glanderson Booper.
Glanderson Booper.
One of the big problems we have is food. Our food is killing us, right? Have you seen the new documentary starring Billie Eilish?
No.
About food killing us?
No. I don't know. Not a big fan. I'm not against her either. I just don't like a lot of newer music because I'm too old.
Yeah, I don't think it's like her main doc, but she's in it and she's talking about how fast food is trying to kill us. Food is trying to kill us.
Is it on Netflix?
I'm not sure where
it's on. Like I think one of the streaming services. I don't know.
It might be. I just saw a small blurb about it.
I was watching season 2 of The Tiger King, which is insane.
I watched a couple episodes of that.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah.
All right, so in a few minutes, like in 1 to 2 minutes, we're leaving. We're going to do our private show. We do it on a different platform. We can get away with a lot more over there. I've got a ton of crazy stuff lined up. I'd show you, but then we get a strike.
Really quick before we go, there's in the pleb chat, there's someone named Corey Carries. And I think that might be a reference to Carries Open Carries or something. Corey Carries says, "No borders. Oh no, Kyle crossed the state lines."
We didn't say anything about state lines.
Yeah, he's obviously making commentary about like the liberal talking points.
Yeah, I have heard that.
I do think that's funny though. No borders. Oh no, Kyle crossed state lines. Like you're calling off borders, international borders, but he crossed 20 minutes across the state line. That is funny. Like that is funny. If you look at the humor in it, Corey Carries, I'm sure you're fairly humorous and only saying that to trigger libs, but
oh damn.
But I do find it funny.
Yeah.
Corey in the house. Corey in the White House. DMB says it's not funny. It's kind of funny. How we all care about borders when they matter to us, right? When we all pick and choose when and why we care about things. We don't care about the international borders, but we care about state borders. It's funny.
I only care about international borders when I have to cross them, and the reason why I care is because they force me to care, because there's fucking border guards. So
Chris Drake says Billy using the word triggered after this gun tragedy is disgusting. How do you think I felt when I was 7 years old trying to pick out my abuser and the cops had me finger him in a lineup?
Finger him? Oh, God.
Fuck you all, both sides. I hate everybody.
Yeah,
and I love everybody. I'm left, by the way. I just want to put that out there. I'm left leaning, but it fucking sucks to be a leftist these days.
It does, because I would say maybe 10 to 15 years ago, I was more on the fringe of it. But the fringe keeps getting further and further away from me, where I kind of stayed the same. You know, maybe changed a little bit here and there. But now I'm falling like more towards the center, because people who go too far either way are just crazy.
I like a lot of the progress that we've gotten over the last 10, 15 years. I like a lot of that. And then I think that how the hell is the left now the censorship side? and that
They
scares
both are,
me.
but it's just with different stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
but I want NWA,
So,
to be
like-
able to do
so, like-
naughty words.
Yeah, so like the left, not all, they promote censorship of like the Dave Chappelle type shit.
Yeah.
But then the right, they promote censorship of like things that are like satanic or promote people being gay or whatever.
I guess it was Al Gore's
It goes
wife
both
that
ways.
hated on NWA.
It
huh?
was Al Gore's wife.
Damn it, Al
Tipper
Gore's
Gore.
wife.
Oh
Chill.
man, that era of Democrats was very conservative. They were even called the New Democrats. Like Clinton was a very conservative Democrat for his era.
We're all CIA.
Like if you compare him to the Democrat president before him, Jimmy Carter, big difference. Anyway, we are going to get out of here and do our private show. You should join us.
Join the private show or else. $5 and above. But if you're $10 and above, you get bonus content. All right, everybody.
Bonus.
We'll be back again tomorrow for those that can't afford it. And for those that can't afford it, we'll see you soon. It's going to get weird tonight.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.